In this video, what we're going to cover is the Show All button and explain how it's used. It's not a major thing, but it's something that can kind of mess you up if you're not aware of what it's doing and why it's used. And what I'm going to try to do in this particular screen help is to show you how to use it. And I'm going to start out because I'm going to use the find mode. I'm going to want to show you that I'm going to go out and I'm going to find a particular record that I'm looking for. And maybe in this particular case, let's say that this is a full screen of records as an example, although there's just a few sample records. And yet I can't find this particular record I'm looking for, but I know it has the word engine in it. So what I would do is I'd first access the find mode using the find mode button. Then at the end of that time when I found that record and I did whatever I wanted to, and this could also be where I'm looking at a set of records that come up if I use that information, that now I want to go back and put all the records back in place again. So let's just do this. We're going to go ahead and click on the find mode. I'm going to go to the drawing assembly name and I'm going to type in engine. Now that I have engine in there, I want to do the perform find, and what it does, it brings up that record. Now, as I stated before, you could have multiple records that would appear here, and this would bring up all those records. This would give you the ability to also go back in and access that information using the button that would take you to that record. You could either print the records that are currently on the screen, or you can use the application to go to a different different place. Now, in this case, if I went back to the main menu, or I went to the subassembly or catalog screen, only the records that I had picked in this find would be available to me. And if I looked at the Show Hide button and found that up on the screen, I see that I only have one of 5 records showing. And it says that's the found set. So what that means is it would show this little icon up here that shows fewer records than they're available in the entire screen. Now, you don't have to see this to know that up at the top through the Show Hide, but if I went back now and I'm going to do this, I'm going to click on the Show All. You'll see now that it returns all the records to the current selection, and it also returns all the records to the total sorted and available records. And I can use this slide bar if I wanted to slide between the records if I wanted to. And you can see that where the little black bar at the end of the row moves down. So if I use the page button, you see that it moves to the next record and so on as it moves down the screen. When you have a record in selection at the time, like I'm doing right now on this one, you can do an omit if you wanted to, for example. But we already covered that in a prior video, so if you wanted to omit them, just be aware you can do that. But return all records before you leave a find after you've done the task that you want to do. For example, like print or send an email list or something like that with the information on it. Just so you're aware of it, I'll state it in this video. If you go into find mode and then you go to print, all this information out here at this area will not print. These are non-printable aspects of the layout, and they will disappear when you print it, and only the information part of the layout will be shown. So that is an important fact that you should be aware of. So let's go ahead and hide this, and we're now back in the original mode that we were when we started. If you have any other questions, you can get in touch with me via the support site. Thank you.